Everyone, we're gonna start off by going into my first game, and then we'll like go over some clips and stuff, and then after that, I'll show you guys my actual successful game where I managed to top score on my team with this challenge. And then at the end, we'll just go into like attachments and stuff if you're interested in seeing what the best pistol attachments are. All right, let's just get straight into it here. I'll kind of talk about the rules and stuff as we observe our first game here. This is my first game trying out the pistol. As you can see, I already did have some starter attachments to the pistol. I think I had like 5 weapon mastery maybe. Um, I did decide that attachments would be allowed as this was my first challenge, and I kind of also just wanted to mess around with attachments, see how they go. Here I see a guy, probably really hard to kill him, but pistol does like no damage. Did a good damage to him. My teammate finished him off for me, and now here I'm just kind of gonna be going for a little flank. I kind of just end up following my tank here to kind of get his help to capture this A objective here. This kind of brings me to the game mode we have here. So I decided that the only game modes I would be allowed to play are like large scale modes, as those would be harder probably. Because like in domination, rush and stuff, there's way less players, meaning way less competition for me in this challenge. So I want to suffer, so I picked the harder game modes, which which are like pretty much any game modes have at least 24 players. So we're talking about breakthrough, escalation, conquest. Now I ended up playing conquest for most of this challenge, as that is the game mode I found the most success in. Here I kind of use the chance of them being distracted by my tank to kind of sneak in here and try to get a little hiding spot. I hear a guy, I kill him, but his teammate shows up and just kicks my ass. Here I kind of respawn nearby, so I'm just gonna try to go for this A objective again, see if I can steal it. Now, as you also see, I am currently using Assault. Now, I can use whatever class I want, but I just can't use any gadgets, grenades, or anything like that. I'm only allowed to use the pistol, but I'm allowed to use classes for their passives, except support. Here I get killed. Support I think would be unfair for this challenge because support has a passive that lets you res people faster, and I think resing my teammates would be cheating, so I'm not gonna be doing that. I also, even if I don't res anybody as support, I'm basically just throwing at that point because my teammates are gonna be thinking I'm stupid as they just run over their body without resing them. Uh, so that just leaves us with the other like classes. Now, engineer has complete like absolutely zero useful passive, so we will not be using engineer. So keep in mind that the game like just came out, so I don't have like alternative class paths unlocked. I only have their starter ones, so that's what we'll be choosing from. Here I try to take some pot shots at a guy. Miss. Well, get a couple of shots, does like no damage though. It's pretty dangerous being out in the open like this, but I know I have my teammates there distracting them, so I'm like, whatever. Anyway, Assault, the only useful passive Assault has is that while aiming, I have the movement penalty. Um, which is pretty nice. But the biggest problem Assault has is that all your guns in Assault have like 2 or 3 less spare magazines. This is to balance out the fact that Assault gets 3 weapons. So I ended up switching to Recon later because Recon I actually get 3 spare magazines instead of just one in the pistol, which ended up helping me a ton. I get killed here. Okay, now I'm coming back to D here to kind of help my squad mate out. Now, the other reason I ended up choosing Recon later is because with Recon you can auto spot enemies by aiming at them. So Recon ended up being overall better. Now, you'll see here that I res my squad mate. This kind of brings me into like what else am I allowed to do? So obviously just running around and not helping your team in any way is not the right way to play Battlefield, and the score system supports this as well because even if you got like 100 kills but you didn't contribute to your team objectives anyway, you'll still not be like top scores. So there's some things we have to do. This is Battlefield. I do want to help my team. I don't want to just like run around getting kills. So what we're allowed to do is capture objectives. We're allowed to spot people or get spot assists. We're allowed to obviously kill people or get assists with the gun. And also we're allowed to res our squad mates because my squad mates would probably yell at me if I didn't do that, and I want to help them out too. I don't want to be a terrible squad mate. But as far as scoring goes, that's all we're allowed to do here. Here I kind of help my team take an objective, help finish off that kill. This goes really smoothly. Capturing objectives is, for the most part, probably going to be like my main way to get score in these games. here you'll see me get into a vehicle. Now, I'm allowed to actually get into vehicles just for cover or just to get around. I'm not allowed to use vehicles for any weapons whatsoever. As you saw there, I pretty much just got into the tank because I wanted to hide from the sniper on top of that building shooting at me. But I didn't like use any weapons or anything like that on the tank. Uh, which also tells me this is like the worst. This is like one of the worst possible maps I could have picked. Sorry, one of the worst possible maps I could have gone as my first map. I absolutely hate this map, by the way. I think this might be like my least favorite map in the game. These like sniper spots are atrocious, and there's like so many cancerous rat angles and stuff on this map. I'm really not a big fan of this map, and I'm generally not good at this map either. So I don't like I don't expect myself to perform well here at all. Here I'm just kind of running around trying to figure out what to do. Some guy gets up behind me and just destroys me. So here I'm just gonna try to help my team again with getting B. We're doing pretty good on this objective. As of right now, I'm still like, it's like my first game, so it's like kind of trying to figure out like what can I do with a pistol? Like what can I do to help my team? So I'm trying to like just peek angles and get as much information as possible. I don't want to just like aimlessly run around and get into a direct one-on-one fight. With a pistol, if I get into a direct one-on-one fight, I'm most likely gonna lose because the pistol's damage is atrocious. So right now I'm trying to play in a way where I can kind of like surprise people or get behind them. I'm also trying to like just be a rat and get objectives, but this is just the first game, so I'm still kind of learning. So there was a lot of mistakes I was making. Plus, this is really not a map I like or good at. But like later you'll see once we go into one or two other games in this video, you'll see all the improvement I went through and like I picked out a much better loadout and stuff for my pistol. Not like too sure what to do here because our team is just kind of dominating them. But here I noticed that we're losing C, so I decided to go help my team on C here. Trying to trying to get behind one of these dudes here. Honestly, that right there, I just kind of gave away where I was. I am also using. I think I'm using the flash hider. Actually, I think I'm using the brake here, which is which is actually not a very good attachment in my opinion. But I didn't really like do much with my pistol loader before going into this. You'll see me change my pistol loader as we go on. Here we get shot at. I chase this guy down because he's low. Now there, as you see, I was aiming. Now I later learned I get killed there. I later learned that a hip fire on the pistol is actually pretty damn nasty, and you can. There's a lot of different hip like attachments you can put on your gun to help the hip fire even more. So like in that situation, it would have been better if I just hip fired. Aiming was more risky there. So like in the future, you might if you see me up close to somebody like that in the future, you might just see me just like hip fire the hell out of them instead. Once again, here I'm just like deciding what to do. I decided I'll go D. This map, like, I don't know. This map, it's kind of hard to figure out what to do. Like, I feel on this map, I'm always like really scared because it feels like on this map I can die from genuinely anywhere, and that kind of like scares me. So I'm trying to like play as carefully as I can, get as much information as I can because on this map, even if you like have an entire area of the map to yourself, there still could be enemies just running around there for some reason because they like there's people like literally fuck everywhere. Like, they're just straight up everywhere on this map. Like you're not safe anywhere on this map. Like this map is scuffed. So I'm just trying to be careful, and I end up helping my team capture D here, which is really good for me and my team. So picking some pod shots, I notice I hear a sniper shot at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm not picking that shit again. The enemy isn't really trying to get us his objective, so we just kind of got it for free here. And I almost just died because I couldn't get off the zipline properly. Ignore that. Ooh, that's actually another thing I just realized I get scored for. I actually get scored for when my squad mate deploys on me. I didn't actually know that was the case until I just saw this here, but you only get like 50 score for teammates spawning on you, so I don't think it's too serious. Here I try to take a fight, and I actually was doing really good, and I just whiffed at the end and get destroyed, which is pretty sad actually. I almost straight up just beat that one guy in a one-on-one. Hey man, that's respawn on my squad mate here, and I just held the zipline here now. That was like one of the first good clips I've gotten here. I was able to kill 2 people trying to go up the zip line here. So here I noticed people are contesting D, so I'm trying to protect it and also see if I can kill people on the zip line here. Peek at guy, he almost kills me. He's probably gonna go up here. I'm just getting ready to hip fire him. Shoot at him. Ah, with Sally. Almost kill him. I die there. And they probably end up claiming D after this. Yeah, I respawn on B here and decide that maybe I can try to get A. At least I'm like trying to just see here. Now while this runs, while I go to A, I'll talk about why I decided to try this challenge in the first place. Now, first of all, it's just content. Ooh, get a free kill here. Help my teammate get that guy. Ooh, unfortunately I get sniped here. I don't think my teammate will pick me up, though. Yeah, he just kind of got cooked. But yeah, I'm pretty like experienced gamer, I would say. I think I do like pretty much every match I've played in Battlefield, I do really well. I did also grind the hell out of the beta. I I end up like scoring top 5 in the leaderboard pretty much every game I'm in. And it's not just like for show. Like I'm getting top 5 leaderboard because one, my aim is really good, so I'm winning all my fights. But I'm also like really helping secure as many objectives as possible. I'm playing around objective and my squad mates as much as I possible in these games, and you should be doing that as well. Like Battlefield is like team effort at the end of the day, and here I just kind of got caught off guard. I didn't expect this guy to actually run through the pipe. He just kind of cooked me. So yeah, I was like, you know what, this is actually very doable. I can actually complete a challenge like this and then milk me. So I never like do challenges in games or anything. I'm also not like a professional FPS player or anything, by the way. Like I don't really I do play ranked in some shooters, but I'm not like I never got like super high ranked or anything. Like usually the highest I get is like platter like diamond equivalent of whichever game you're just gonna think of. And then I stopped playing. I'm not like I don't have commitment issues. I like Battlefield a lot more because it's like a much more casual game. Uh, and there's like so many different ways to do well. It's not just like whoever's better aim wins or whatever. So I ended up getting hooked this game immediately, and I just love the realism in this game as well. I got kind of a crazy angle. Almost killed that guy. Ooh, that guy tried to peek me through that little spot, but I peeked him instead. Here I just fucking whiffed miserably. I don't know what that was. I respawn on C and I see some guy parachuted here. But yeah, Battlefield 6 has been an absolute blast. I absolutely love this game. This is like one of my this is already I can tell gonna be one of my favorite games ever. I'm probably gonna sink like hundreds of hours into this. And I definitely want to do more challenges like this. As I said, I never do challenges like this. I just kind of play normally. Sadly, I lost the fight here. But yeah, for most part, I just kind of play normally and see what happens. I never really challenge myself. By the end of the challenge, I ended up learning a lot, and I think I became a better player overall at the game. I played a bunch of normal games after finishing this challenge, and yeah, I felt like I was playing even better than I already was. So yeah, Battlefield 6 was really awesome. If you haven't tried out this game already, I highly recommend it. Now, if you come from like a movement shooter or something like COD, you're probably not gonna do well in this game. Honestly, I am kind of a COD hater. I'll say I've never played COD myself. I, to me, COD is just like all you really do in COD is you just. Oh, that was unfortunate. I feel like I was right behind a cover and he killed me. But yeah, I feel like all you really do in COD is just kind of run around and kill people and abuse movement glitches. That's like the whole gameplay. The game also helps you aim so much. Like I feel like a lot of COD players they don't even have very good aim. They just kind of have aim assist that helps them. Here, that was a very scary fight. Oh, I ended up winning that. I didn't expect him to just sprint at me. And this building ends up becoming my little home here. I'm gonna try my best to hold this building here. But yeah, I love shooters that are objective based. And I love the absolute variety in Battlefield because you have different classes, you have different roles, you have vehicles, yada yada. There's like so much to this game. Battlefield, you can you can succeed and carry your team in so many different ways. Here, I'm kind of in a rough situation where I only have 1 bullet, and yeah, I have to run away there because I only had 1 bullet, and they're trying to get ammo, but I ended up just getting killed. There, just spawn my team up top, try to parachute down. Parachuting this game is awesome. But yeah, I feel like that's what makes Battlefield also so good for challenges. Because there's so many ways to like succeed and carry your team, you can like really play any way you want as long as it helps your team out and you can do really well. I can think of like many different challenges I can try in the future, like melee only or something. So maybe like and subscribe if you want to see me do something like that. Here I end up getting a lot of damage, but I don't get kills. The game is kind of approaching the end here now, so I end up finding this really nice bar. I'm just gonna hold this hill to prevent them from going D. Here I do atrocious aim, plus I peek with low health. Probably shouldn't do that. It's like, yeah, I shot the gadget. I was about to say like this flat shoot the gadget. Getting pot shots. Somebody's getting pot shots at me. And then I'm just going around, going straight on to B here. I don't know if I would normally do this, but either I decide to do this for fun or I realize that the game is ending soon, so just camping some hill is probably not worth my time. Here, see a guy. Gets away from me. Yeah, I just bolted through the window by accident and got absolutely obliterated. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the game. I went like 11 or 17, 11 and 17 or something. Not the greatest game, but it was not a terrible game for what was my first game. So let's go into the next one. All right, before we go into the final game, I just kind of want to show a bunch of my cooler, funny clips here before we get into that. Here, this is like, this guy's a 1 HP, and I just whiffed so bad there. Then later I had this moment, got a quick kill on this guy, and here's where things are gonna get a little bit iffy here. So the guy sees me there, I get scared, I hide in a corner here. Uh, and I'm just waiting. And now a guy comes over me, free kill. He sees me too late. Then another guy's about to follow him in here, kill him as well. Then I kind of decide to push up a little bit. Maybe the only two guys there pushed up. Then I was wrong. The other guy comes up. I managed to kill him as well. You can kind of see me like abusing the hip fire a lot more. But now I'm like low on ammo. And now I'm a little scared. I res my squad mate here. Then I res him. So the guy comes out. I try killing him. I run out of ammo. I pick up my teammates' weapons, and his pistol is also out of ammo. And I'm just like, man, what the hell? That was chaotic. Anyway, here's like one of my actually best clips, I'd say. So I took a quad all the way to the objective here. A lot of this clip is gonna be sped up because it's actually a really long clip, so I sped up most of it. So I kind of flanked all the way around to this A objective, and I sneak onto this A objective. And it's actually crazy. I end up contesting and holding this objective for like so long here. So I'm just kind of sped up, just kind of capturing the objective. But then like somebody contests it here, and I have to like start hunting. And it's gonna be like more than one guy too here, so see how this turns out here. So oh, he surprised me, but he was pretty bad. There I got pretty lucky, ended up beating him down, and then this other guy also I caught him off guard, and then we're getting the kill. Now here I cut forwards a bit. I ended up capturing the objective, and then I'm just camping this building until somebody else showed up for like a good minute or two. But here I hurt somebody, so I end up seeing him. My bullets hit his backpack, which absorbs bullets, but I recover. And there's like one more guy. I don't know where he is. I didn't see him shoot at me, and I see him, but unfortunately he gets a really good shot off on me. So I kind of sped it up a little bit. I'm like trying to respawn really fast here. Come back, kill him. Luckily, this guy, either he didn't know I was gonna respawn here, or he didn't know where the respawn was, so I was able to just get a free kill on him. And I ended up just camping the objective again here. Now, sadly, as you'll see here, I'll be like a slither away from capturing the objective, which sucks because that means my teammates can't respawn on me right now because it's not quite captured. And I ended up actually just getting overwhelmed here by a couple players and a tank and just ended up dying, unfortunately. It was a really good attempt. And here you'll see, when I came back here, some guy placed a mine on the outside of the map. Like, I swear, this guy probably did that just for me. Like, that is the worst random mine placement ever. Here you'll, this is also an amazing clip here. Here you'll notice, my trigger discipline has gotten way better here. Here I'm running full on suppressor and I'm just going full stealth mode. I stopped myself from shooting the guy on the left and not giving myself away. I get 2 kills here. And then one guy here just runs past me, free kill. And this is a really important. So this, just watch. This is a really important. Like what I'm doing right now here is really important to my team winning this game. As you can see, we're down, and this game is gonna end up being really close. I end up contesting subjective. This prevents the team from getting points once it goes to blue. I ended up fully capturing. My team really needed this. As you see, we're down and we need like everything we can get right now. I did like a hero play. So the guy shows up here, but I actually lose my 1v1 him and die. Now I'm like, now I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I just fumbled like that. I need to respawn right away. So I end up running back here. Some guy almost shoot. I guess some guy almost kills me from the back. I jump on objective. Looks like my teammates dealt with the guy that killed me earlier. And yeah, and stuff is getting really close here. Trying our best to hold this objective and not die. And from here on, I'll just let you listen and watch. Just pay attention to the scoreboard here. Oh my god, this is the closest Battlefield game ever. Holy shit. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Holy fuck! I just had the closest game ever. And here's like, this clip is like a mix of goated and a mix of like terrible. I end up getting behind this thing, killing an engineer, killing a second engineer, getting like 3 or 4 kills here. Then I whiff on this guy, luckily doesn't notice me. But then I whiff like the easiest kill ever here. Like, oh, and then I run out of bullets and I can't kill the guy. That was embarrassing. And here, this is just like a bonus clip. There was a guy who almost killed me and he got ran over by a car, which was absolutely insane. Look at this. Just gets obliterated by the car before he can kill me. Alright, now we're on to the final game here. This is the game where I actually successfully managed to a top score on my team, and we'll kind of break down this gameplay and what goes on here. As you can see here though, my pistol now is like pretty decked out. I got the like 20 mastery skin. I unlocked every attachment now. This game and my very first game doing this challenge are like 6 to 7 hours apart now. This is already my second day of trying to complete this challenge. I'm running the strongest suppressor you can run on this gun, which takes up like 30 equipment charges. I don't know what they're called, 30 attachment charges. Uh, which is an amazing suppressor, by the way. It's not just a suppressor, it like massively reduces the recoil of the pistol, allowing you to spam it more consistently. Like as you can see here, like I obliterated that guy. Also the sight too, this is like the max level sight you unlocked. This sight is it's a 1.75 times sight. Also I think there's 2 sights I think are the best on the pistol, and this is definitely one of them. Yeah, the skin's pretty nice too. I pretty much went all in on just suppressor, just the suppressor and the sight. Like the suppressor and the sight pretty much took up all my attachment slots here. Sadly, I died there. We gotta respawn, trying to help my team get C as well. Uh, Now the one thing that is a problem with this combo is, as you can see when I aim, you can actually see the suppressor take up some of the like some of the box inside the crosshair. So it does block the view a little bit, but you do get, this is like the best long range pistol loadout I say you can put together. The suppressor just reduces the recoil so much, plus the 1.75 lets you actually snipe people, so it works together really well. And here, this guy like jumped me. I remember this. I turn around and there's just the power of the fucking sun in front of my face. Anyway, here I kind of snuck in with my tank here, seeing if I can get A here. Just gonna, I see a guy there, try to kill him, miss. I end up just kind of having to hide here, I think. Actually, I challenge him here, it looks like. Anyway, there was a lot of, I've actually gotten quite a lot of good clips with just like shooting, like just a lot of like multi-kill clips, but in the clips I just showed you in like the middle of the video, those clips were more focused on like cool stuff I did objective-wise. Because honestly, I think like this, doing the stuff that actually helps my team is probably cooler than just getting kills. Here I got rezzed. Yeah, we end up getting this A objective, which is pretty nice. I end up helping capture objectives a lot, but I also end up just popping off in general with the pistol. I end up going pretty crazy here. Like 7 hours in, I feel like I've gone pretty crazy using this pistol at this point. I've figured out its ins and outs. Here I'm just going back to C because they took C from us while we were getting A. And yeah, also like I didn't really need to include a lot of crazy kill clips in this video because honestly, you'll see me get a ton of kills here. As you can see, I'm going kind of crazy here, jiggling this guy out. But they end up getting me here. Yeah, I respawned on E mainly because I want to see if anybody's pushing E because it's pretty empty, and also I just noticed that I can go for D. Here, I just kind of end up helping my team get the D objective. Nothing like crazy is going on right now here. After we get D here, I end up running out here, trying to go back to C now to regain that. Overall, my team is doing pretty damn well right now, but the enemy team is doing a fairly good job at contesting objectives too, so they're not like super far behind. Get a free kill there. Shoot my teammate because I'm stupid. You know, that was just like subconscious reaction. I see the guy there. Don't end up killing him. He's still alive there, but I think yeah, my teammate finishes him off there. I'm gonna try to go and see. Poke at that guy. I see my aim is kind of bad there. I can do better than that. That guy got absolutely obliterated, but I ended up getting snuck up on and dying. Sadly, my medic couldn't res me here. That one could. And we got C. Now, my objective here is to either hold this position or go to A. I'm trying to kind of gather some quick intel here. I noticed that B is completely safe. Definitely nobody going from there. So I ended up just trying to go for A here. I see 3 dudes. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. And I'm seeing if I can kind of camp this building here. Throwing a lot of frags at us. A little ratty angle. Yeah. And then here I just kind of respond on C and make sure my teammates got this. But C is getting pushed right now. So I kind of decide to hold this general angle. See if I can help my team. Somebody's contesting it here. I'm just kind of trying to play numbers here. You know, you don't always have to run around the objective and engage if you think you're in a bad position. Sometimes just sitting on the objective, just see there's more of your teammates than enemies on the objective. Sometimes that's honestly enough. You can kind of peek out. Kind of with bad on that guy, but my teammate helps me out. And I'm going back to C because I'm kind of not sure where they're exactly coming from. Also, as you can see, there's quite a lot of them coming from B, as specified div here. Here, I feel like I'm out of position, so I end up running all the way out here, get a kill. I don't know how I'm alive. 2 guys just peeked me and didn't kill me, and I'm at 1 HP. That right there was an actual miracle. A miracle that a miracle that I will need. Anyway, I remember there's a guy up here, so I run up, kill him. See another guy ran out. He doesn't kill me either. This is absolute chaos here. I don't know how I'm still alive. There's like 2 different times I should have been dead. I peek out. There's like 3 of them. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll poke a little, but I'm kind of scared to peek out right now here. Trying to like peek out as little as possible while still poking at them. And here now that I've camped this room for a while, somebody tries to push us. I kill him. Kill us too. I think I've been playing around my team a lot better here. Like a lot of these skills, my teammates have honestly been a great help to me here. So getting assists or getting kills on my team has been pretty nice. Get that guy in the back. This guy, I don't know. I can't tell if he tried to sledgehammer me or what. He just kind of came out of nowhere. So anyway, we did a really good job securing this. I don't know. I just kind of whiffed that and ran out of ammo. I had to retreat there. I thought that dead body was the guy alive because I saw like the user tag. Here I ended up actually picking up somebody else's kit just for their pistol because I can't find any ammo anywhere. My teammate gets absolutely demolished there. And I'll actually be using this pistol for quite a while from here on out, from what I remember. I ended up living for quite a while, ended up just using this guy's completely random pistol, which honestly did a good enough job. It's not like Not the best set of attachments here, but it'll do. Kind of just try to hold this building and see what happens. Anyway, after sitting in that area for a bit and not too much happening, I decided to use this smoke cover as a chance to run through and get to A. That guy literally tried to kill him with defib and missed, luckily, so I ended up killing him. Once again, a fairly lucky moment there. And we ended up just capturing A here. Now I don't believe we get it quite for free here. There's a couple people that end up trying to contest it, and we will still have to fight for this objective. It's not quite free. I ran out of ammo and almost shot my SMG there, or my rifle. I'm glad that did not happen because I would have cried, as I would have made this it would have made this completely invalid of a round. Sure, I end up getting pretty close. Just see if I can get that guy off guard. And here I go for a pretty genius flank. Kind of risky because if like a single guy's coming from the HQ, they might kill me. But there's like two guys here, and I just want them gone. And I get a nice little sneak up on this guy and get the other guy, and now this is all clear, and my team is all good. They can go do something more important than this. So what I do here is, well, first of all, I get rid of these mines, like being the good Samaritan that I am. I completely missed one mine, but ignore that. Now I'll be going to B here. And as you can see, I'm still running the pistol here. And as you can see, I'm also 15 and 3. I have 17 assists. Like my KD is cooking right now, but I'm not quite at the top there yet. From here on, I will need to. I'm already doing pretty good, but I need to step up my gameplay even more, which kind of shows like these games can be pretty hectic. Like there's a when you're competing against 31 other players, really it can be really difficult to actually come out on top on your own team. I got B. What I want to do now is try to like get C back because their team is actually kind of coming out on top now. They now have third objectives over us too. They ended up getting some really good flanks over on us, and now we're losing. Trying to revive my teammate here, but he gets defibbed. We are now priority, get the C objective. Sadly, some guy for shotgun kills me, but I get rezzed. Here, I'm just kind of trying to. I know there's like a guy in the windows there, and I kind of want to see what I can get. Trying to play as safe as possible. This is a really dangerous objective here, so as I say that, I just run out like a maniac. But I think at this point, I was thinking, my whole team is here. I'm fine. I wanted to go pick out some of the stragglers. In general, here I'm trying to play really fast paced too. I just like playing this way. It's fun. I'm trying to like constantly get objectives for my team. Uh, I'm not really the type to just sit and hold an objective all game, but big respect to the teammates that do that. They are the backbone of the team. But I'm trying to be like more like the aggressive objective guy. Also, I mean, scoring objectives is kind of what I need to do in order to get a high score in this challenge. Which is another reason like why you shouldn't necessarily like glorify score. Like a lot of the time, all you need to do for your team to win is just to rat on one objective all game, one or two, just rattle one or two objectives all game. And sometimes that is what you need to do, especially if the enemy team loves flanking. Like resorting to just camping objectives, waiting for flankers to show up, can really save your team in these kind of games. So, but the thing is, you don't really get a high score from doing that. So, the players that make that sacrifice, a big respect to those players. But as you can see here, now I have been capturing a lot of objectives, doing good, and now I'm actually second on the leaderboard, but not quite first yet. I really need that first place. Me and the guy in first end up competing pretty. We end up being pretty close throughout the whole. Sorry, we ended up being pretty close throughout the whole game. I come to E to help secure, but my team kind of just got it before I even showed up here. So now I see that C is, captured again. God, their team just always captures C as soon as I leave that objective. I don't think we really have many players on our team that just sit there and defend it. So now we're trying to reclaim it here. I end up getting down though, sadly. My teammate gets me. Crazy things going on. Smokes, grenades, bodies flying. Pretty hectic. I end up going around the left here, trying to sneak in through the bushes, through the buildings here. Yeah, I remember that's right. I actually wanted to get like a little flank on the people that were just blowing up my team there. Yeah, these guys. But sadly, I think I only killed one of them. Yeah, I couldn't quite kill that guy. Yeah, he ended up killing me, sadly. He was one shot away. And here is spot on my teammate, but I end up getting hit immediately. My squad's down. I don't worry, I do want to res him, but I'm trying to like double check where the enemies are first to see if I can safely drag him off. I wasn't abandoning my squad weight before you say anything. Here I found a really nice angle though. I'm just gonna poke them from here for a bit. They peek here, I can probably catch them in guard and get an easy kill. Yep. I think even did good damage at least right there. Now my team is able to push up here. Sadly my squad mate gets down, and now I do want to push up and res him here. It's kind of my goal. My teammate has a defense chance of getting him, so now I see if I can help this guy. My medic gets him again. I had some W supports this game there. I pretty much didn't really have to res my squad at all because I always had a support near me that would do it for me, so that's pretty nice. Got a random kill through smoke here. Drag my teammate away. He gets picked up by my support. And now we're sprinting at that D objective. That shit's gonna be ours. We are hungry. And we're just kind of getting D here, and there's just some little route we're trying to poke out here. The guy that was just pushing him here, and he ends up dying, so. Okay, now time is running low, and I'm like, still like only top 4 on the top 3 in the leaderboard. I see E is getting captured, which is another good thing. The pace of this game meant there was always an objective near me that needed capturing. Like, there was never like a moment where I had to run across the map just to get an objective. I think the overall pacing was like really in my favor this game. Like honestly, a lot of the things were aligning really well for me to win this game, and as you can see, I was still struggling for that number one place, despite the stars seemingly aligning for me to get this number one place. It was still really close, and I just couldn't quite be number one. I was always falling behind in second or third place. I ended up hitching a ride on my tank here, and I want to flank around the left here. I'm gonna do something different here. I kind of want to see if I can get a nice ready flank on some people and get B here. Look at that guy there. In my mind, I'm thinking, you know what, the left side is pretty empty. I feel like I can give my team some really good support fire from the left. I didn't actually know there was a guy here, but you know, I was ready in case there was. But yeah, I kind of wanted to like take this left side here just to provide my like team support fire from a different angle. Anyway, here I just see that, you know, C's pro fun. I think I have a chance to get B here. So I'm kind of gambling on B. B here, if I get B here, that's probably all I'm gonna need. What I need right now is to solo capture B, and and this will be my team's victory. This is all I need to do here. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this play out here. You'll get to hear my reaction and everything. You will hear you'll hear like the friends I was in the call with talking to me as well, because I was just talking to them while on the call. I was bored, but as I said before, they weren't actually playing with me. They were playing a different game. I just had them there, so I wasn't like just for entertainment's sakes. So
Got him.
We gotta go help our teammate.
Yeah.
Where window? Oh no, we don't. Our teammate's falling.
Medic!
Oh, he's got two heavies assaulting him.
Yeah, he's playing light, so he can easily get away.
Yeah, but he has to defend.
Objective Charlie neutralized.
let's go! Oh, I did it! I did it! I did it!
What happened?
Oh, my suffering! It's over!
What?
I did it! Oh my god, I did it!
What did you do?
Oh my god. Anyway, with that reaction out of the way, we'll now get to the attachment portion of the video. Now, this is technically the end of the challenge portion of the video, so if you did enjoy this challenge, please like and subscribe. I will be making more videos like this, so if you want to see more stuff like this, you can expect to do so. And with the challenges I have planned in the future, this one is going to look like Jolly and Rainbows in comparison, so get excited for that. Now, here I'll start by telling you which I think are the best attachments in each category, and then I'll show you some pistol attachment loadouts that you can use in your games. From like, we'll go from like low, like attachment loadout for as low mastery as possible to as high mastery as possible. Now, starting out the sight here, the only good sights I think you should use is one, basic iron sights are actually completely fine, as honestly, the hip fire is really good on the pistol, so honestly, you can get away with just hip firing now if you're trying to finish people off, so you don't really need a sight, but one good sights on this gun are this one right here. This one this one has a really big like clear view inside, and it's also offers you some zoom. I use this sight for majority of the run, and you unlock this one fairly early on, so you don't really have to grind much or anything to get this one. Now the other best sight is the 1.75. Now this sight you do have to grind pretty crazy for. I think you unlock it somewhere between like mastery 15 and 20. So this one I don't really expect you to have, but when you unlock this one's also a really good option. Now the inside of the box here is smaller than this side, but what the advantage is that it's 1.75 times, so you get more zoom. So when picking side, I recommend picking, sorry, not that one, picking one of these three. For ergonomics here, I would just go with none. Honestly, pistols already have an insanely fast reload, and pistol already has like 17 bullets. I really don't think the mag catch for improved reload speed is necessary at all. You can probably just fill up that space with something else. For the ammunition type here, you just the standard. I pretty much only use the standard. I think all of these, they just take away too much for it to be worth it. This one, you lose like some precision and control, and all this does is let your gun pierce multiple targets at once, which is stupid because as a pistol you should only be going for one-on-ones anyway. And these two, they have some decent advantages, but the biggest problem I have with these two is that they take up 20 attachment capacity, and I feel like there's just so much, there's like better stuff you can equip instead of this. Like, this one, it does improve headshot damage, but I don't really think it's that significantly increased by a small amount. And this one just makes it so people can't heal for longer. That's really it. For the round thing, also just the default, I really don't see why you would do this. This takes up an extra 10 attachments slots just to give you only 4 more bullets, and you lose mobility with this as well. This is like actually just a scam. Like the default already has 17 rounds. Like what do you need 4 more rounds for? Like there's really no reason to sacrifice so much just for 4 more bullets in your mag. Now for the underbarrel, you can actually pretty much run anything here. There's only one thing that I wouldn't recommend. It's like this one, laser plus red light combo. This combo doesn't make sense at all to me because so the point of running a red laser over a green one is that a red laser is not visible to the enemy players. But if you're running a flashlight, you're not gonna need this at all. Like this is kind of a joke. You're better off just running the other one, the green combo, because this one also gives you way more hip fire, like accuracy. And green laser is visible to enemies, but like, you know, you already have a flashlight on. Also, you can turn them off if you want as well. Like you can turn off your lasers and flashlights on the pistol like mid game by just pressing whatever like your ammo change button is, or attach and modifier button is. But yeah, this one is the only one I say is just kind of stupid in my opinion. There's no point. Everything else you can run just fine. Flashlights, I don't really know how good flashlights are, but if you're going like the hip fire route on your gun, then you can consider a flashlight. It can be pretty crazy. Red laser, it's like the first one you unlock. It's pretty good because it doesn't really like it's not really visible to enemies. Green lasers offer you way more hip fire accuracy as you can see, but the disadvantage of green lasers is that people can see them. However, I feel like if you're not using the pistol as your primary, that's honestly fine. You're probably going to be taking your pistol out in a desperate situation and trying to beat somebody down, so I would normally stick with the green laser instead. And there's also like a better variant as well of the green laser, which gives you even more hip fire accuracy to make your fucking gun like a hip fire demon. And then yeah, you can go also crazy and add a flashlight as well. This has slightly less hip fire accuracy, but honestly it's a pretty small margin, so I think these two are probably the best. For the barrel here, actually I think they're pretty even. The first one just gives you faster transition to ADS, but this one improves your ADS accuracy, enables faster transition to ADS. So like, if you're gonna be running like the mid-range pistol, like if you're gonna be decking out your pistol to be better, to be good at mid-range, then you do want to use this probably. But otherwise, you pretty much I think just running the normal one is better in most cases. All right, for the muzzle here, I think all of these are good except the brake. I think the brake is kind of a joke compared to these other ones. What I just like about these is like these three do something to hide you on the map to like make your presence less known. And information in this game is like one of the most important things. Like if people can see on the minimap and they know where you are, there's a very good chance they can very easily kill you as they have a massive jump on you. So that's why I think like the break is not worth picking over the other ones because how well they can hide your presence. But and also, for my testing, it doesn't feel like the break actually really does much for precision and control. Like it doesn't really feel like it does anything. So kind of up to you what you want. Like the more you want your presence to be hidden, the higher you go. These two suppressors do the same, like do the exact same thing. The only difference is that this suppressor reduces your hip fire accuracy by a lot, as you can see. So use this one at your own risk. If you're going for like a more hip fire oriented loadout, probably you don't want to run this. Now the first pistol setup you're gonna have is probably gonna look something like this, and this does have the mag catch, which I don't recommend, but the good thing about the mag catch is that you unlock it very early on. Like I think you can put together this pistol loadout before you even reach 5 mastery in your weapons. So you just like put in, this is like the first good decent sight you get. This sight is pretty bad compared to like some of these other ones. You can also run iron sights, which is fine too. If you trade out iron, if you like go for iron sights instead or get rid of the mag catch, you get 10 more like attachment slots that you can use on something else, like maybe I don't know, maybe unlock a better laser or something in the future. So now here's the best pistol load if you're going for range. Now we're gonna go into the high ranking stuff. So this side you want the 1.75 obviously. For the suppressor, you kind of want to run this one. This one does reduce your hip fire accuracy. This loadout will lack in terms of hip fire, so just keep that in mind. And for the barrel, you want to go for the light barrel instead of the basic, as this one improves your ADS accuracy. But you can also do if you want to also have some hip fire as well. This is what I like. This is the loadout I used for my winning run. So I had the basic back instead, and for the suppressor, I ran the suppressor instead. And this kind of offered me a balance between range and hip fire. Now this kind of pistol loadout makes more sense if you're like a long range or like a mid-range pistol loadout, or a pistol loadout like this makes more sense if you're, you know, actually trying to kill people from a distance. If you're like using the pistol as on its own, I think for most people you instead want to go for like a hip fire loadout instead. But if your loadout is lacking and you think this kind of pistol loadout is what your loadout needs, then this is very good, so you can go for that. But this here is basically what I would call like the hip fire demon loadout. I think in most cases, like if you want, I think for most people, I think you want to go the hip fire route. So this kind of goes back to what I said before, where you want to run the flash hider probably, and you want to run the green laser because that gives you as much hip fire accuracy as possible. And then here you can kind of, up to you. You can either go for a better sight, like you probably want to go for this sight here. But you can actually go for a mag clutch in this case, or mag catch if you want. If you're planning to absolutely spam the hell out of this pistol and you think you're gonna need that faster reload speed, then you can go for that. Here, I'll kind of demonstrate. As you can see, I'm perfectly hip firing, sniping these heads from like this far away. Like look at that one there. Do you see how this is like? Do you see how accurate this is? This is what I mean. Like this is why I actually talk up the sight, because you kind of like don't even need it. Like honestly, with the sight, it's actually harder to hit that guy than it is with the hip fire, which is kind of insane actually. Like look at this. This is ridiculous. Here I also added the Mac glitch. The Mac catch if you wanna be crazier with the reloads. And of course here, you know, you could also like run the flashlight variant too. This you only really lose a tiny bit of hipfire because this honestly it's probably not gonna matter much. So if you want to run a green laser plus flashlight, be my guest. This is something I think I'll leave to you to experiment. Because honestly I'm probably gonna be trying out this different stuff myself and seeing how it works out for me. I do actually think that there's a good chance that the flashlight plus laser might be the better move because if you're gonna pull out this in a hipfire situation, if you're gonna pull this out in a panic situation up close, then blinding your enemy might be a good like final resort to catch them off guard, especially if your primary weapon doesn't have a flashlight. Alright, and that is the end of the video. Have a good one, y'all.